What's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good with everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good day out here in these YouTube streets. Welcome to T Mike Reacts. I got some crazy videos that we're gonna look at, y'all, and I'm curious as to know how you guys feel about them. So, if I world to me, I'm still working on trying to get monetized with YouTube. Join our community. We're growing. May not be growing fast, but we're growing. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Uh, that's one way to help make the community grow. My videos don't get monetized, so I'm doing this purely out of the love that I want to do this. And I'm still learning, so if you guys have any tips or anything for me to get better at, help me out. All right, let's jump right into the video. Again, these videos for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe search. Um, but yeah, let's check this out, y'all. Want to support the channel? There's the Cash App.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Bitch, up and watch this video to the end. What in the world is this? This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. What is that? Do you see that eye? What in the world is that? What is it? I'm tired of this, guys. What is this?
The hell?
What is that? Huh? You see that eye? What was that? You got the answers? Can somebody please tell me what that is? Because I know everybody.
What y'all think?
got the answers.
Real, fake?
This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that was in that cave or that hole. That guy doesn't even know what it was. That's why I'm asking you, what is it? Shut up! I'm telling you.
Wow, y'all.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Shut up! Don't say it. Just like there's a lot of things. You know what time is it, guys? Stay out of there. Stay on Earth. Stay on the ground where you belong. Because every time you want to go and experiment and see what's going on in other places, you gotta run into shit like that. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on it, guys. You see what time is it? A lot of strange things. A lot of things that been here before us. Or they just got here. But guess what? When they got here, you were sleeping. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on these streets, guys. You know what's going on out there, so you better be careful.
How y'all feel about that?
If I ever have a flashlight and I point into a hole and I see an eye, bro, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now, what you guys think about that one so far? Yeah, we starting off like that. These are hard to believe. Some of these are hard not to believe. Y'all let me know which side of the fence y'all fall on. But we're gonna continue.
They took samples from California and found that human and rat DNA were found
Y'all
in
pay
burgers
attention.
and other products. This report was put out by Clear Lab, and scientists did say that in fact they found human DNA and rat DNA, and other discrepancies were found in most, if not all, of the burgers that they tested. Tested 258 samples.
How many
from
of y'all out
79
here eating this
brands and
fast
22
food now?
retailers from retailers and fast food chains in Northern California. But of course, these are food chains all around the world. It's not just California, but this is where they took samples from. They used something called NGS, which is next generation genomic sequencing. Other tests, and they also screen for authenticity, minor substitution, contamination, gluten, fungi, toxic plants, and other allergens. Out of all of those 258 samples, Clear Lab says human DNA was found in one vegetarian burger, other burgers, and rat DNA was found in most of the fast food burgers, and even a vegetarian had ground human meat or something of the sort. Makes you wonder about that KFC advert. I am telling you, do not eat fast food meat. Remember how those Impossible burgers came out?
How many of y'all still eating McDonald's?
Wasn't shit impossible. But yeah, I just thought I would drop that knowledge on you for the day. Okay.
Y'all still eating that McDonald's.
This is literally the sign to
And
stop
y'all eating that
KFC
chicken.
chicken. If you still indulging in KFC, You must like
Not
humans.
KFC, man.
So y'all,
no, not
KFC just dropped the commercial like 6 days ago.
Kill KFC,
and they literally telling you in your face what their chicken is. This was
like
by
5
far
years
one
ago.
of the weirdest, craziest, demonic looking shit I ever seen all in one. They be telling us right in our face, and people just look at the commercial and be like, oh, that was so unique. They're thinking outside of the box. No, they're thinking inside of your skin, fool. What does the shirt say? God, take a look at this commercial. Really pay attention. Okay, you got the chicken. You got a sweater floating down. Then watch the people like in a cult or something. A big giant egg.
Golden egg. What that egg represent?
They take the person to the water. Watch what happened, y'all.
And that's not water, y'all. That's gravy. Go in, chicken come out. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that one.
Now somebody explain to me, why on earth would they make a commercial showing them dipping a human into some water, turning them into chicken, KFC chicken? I don't really need the answer. I was just saying, I already know the answer. Do you? Let me know in the comments. This shit crazy, fool.
Okay, real quick. Show of hands. How many of y'all got them buckets out there right now? Hold on, hold your hand up. I know y'all got a bucket, a 3-piece, what, a lunchbox, what y'all got going on? Got the Big Mac, the Happy Meal going on? Y'all better stop being cannibals. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Let's get back to the video.
April, May, June, Seoul, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's the order of the 13-month calendar.
Use of LiDAR, they have discovered that there are enormous structures underneath the Great Pyramid that go kilometers deep into the earth.
600 meters descending down those cylinders, and then there's more stuff below it, and then there's additional structures inside of it.
There are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock. In fact, over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and extending deep
Yo, the
down.
pyramid thing got me tripping, I ain't gonna lie. Music is by Quinn Flow. Make sure y'all look him up, check him out. Can you imagine that, though? Like, really, how they haven't gone down as far as they can, but I mean, they went down as far as they was able to, but it's stuff even further down, y'all. I guess that's what I was trying to get at.
Remember the information that came out about the pyramids? They scanned underneath the
Pyramids.
and they found that there's a bunch of
They've
pillars
been trying to figure them out
miles
for
underneath the
eons.
ground, underneath the pyramid, heading straight
they
down,
still coming
and
up with new
then going into
discoveries.
2 chambers. And they're gonna
Like
try to
what's under the
verify these
Sphinx?
scans with another source to try to see if it's accurate or not. Well, somebody drew what it looks like in reality, like what the actual depth is
Well, how y'all feel
underneath
about
the
this?
crust,
Y'all let me know
underneath
in the comments
pyramid,
below
how far it actually
y'all think
goes,
about
and
this.
this is actually horrifying. Can we not? Like, who did this? Because this is just insane to me. Look how deep it goes. You can stack 3, 2,
I mean, hold on, real quick.
maybe
Got this image of the pyramid. Y'all can see my mouse. I hope y'all can. I mean, my cursor. And this is the pyramid. Now imagine how small the peoples are next to the pyramid. And then you look at all this. built it? How was it built? And when was it constructed? Nobody has answers. All that carbon dating, that's just a scientific guess. They don't know. But this, it's got to wake up something in you people. I'm just saying.
4 pyramids on top of each other going all the way down. These are the pillars. This is exactly what it says. This is the depth, right? The pillars that we don't know what they are with the spirals around them going into 2 chambers which we don't know what they are either. So what the fuck? This looks like some horror shit right here. Oh my god. I did not need this visualized. It was scary enough as it is. This is insane.
Beneath the Great Pyramids of Egypt lies something far more mysterious than we've been told. A hidden chamber, a vault of knowledge, what some believe to be the legendary Hall of Records. Ancient Egyptians recorded history on tablets, walls, and papyrus, but they also preserved something else: mummies. Not just for the afterlife, but to safeguard something even more valuable: DNA. And according to some, this DNA wasn't entirely human. Journalist Trevor Grassi uncovered a story so shocking it was almost erased from existence. He spoke with an American named William Brown who had heard whispers of an untouched tomb belonging to Pharaoh Khufu himself. The locals knew it was there, hidden beneath the sands, still sealed, still full of riches. In 2006, William and his wife bought land near the site and conducted ground penetration.
Y'all tell me, am I tripping? Am I reaching? What if pyramids, when they were built, was not only built as like a power station, but also something to keep something contained? What if there is like fallen angels being bound deep up under? I don't know. Don't. Let's get back to the video. I'm gonna have y'all somewhere else.
Radar scans. The results astonishing.
My mind go. My
Khufu's
mind go.
Long lost burial chamber. But once the locals caught wind of it, the real excavation began. What happened next is the kind of thing that vanishes from history. Evidence scrubbed, footage deleted. But Grassi managed to get his hands on some of that footage. A group of about 20 men set to work, and 9 of them descended nearly 30 meters into the tomb. When they emerged, they carried something that shouldn't exist: an alien-faced mummy. They placed it in a hearse, but before they could escape, they were caught. Some were beaten to death, others were jailed, and the dig didn't stop there. As they pressed on, disaster struck. One man had to step outside the tunnel, only to hear it collapse behind him. But William Brown doesn't think it was any accident. He believes it was a warning, a brutal message to the locals. Dig into your own past and you will disappear. At least 6 men were trapped inside, and the government refused to send them air. They were left to die. But one of the trapped men had a powerful connection: his brother, a feared Russian gangster. He forced authorities to let him recover the body. What he found? Blood splattered across the walls.
Kind of like Indiana
Signs
Jones.
of a struggle. But against
a lot of movies be telling you
claims
truth
that
about stuff.
excavations
You
in
just have to
Egypt
be
are
able to
controlled
discern
by
it.
a shadowy network, one that decides what can and cannot be unearthed. And that's why satellite imagery from Italian researchers shook the world. It revealed something massive beneath the desert, an entire underground city. So what's down there? Why is it being covered up? And what would it mean for our understanding of history if the truth ever got out? Because if this story is real, history as we know it is a lie. So this just in.
What the?
Whoa. If y'all saw this, what would be your reaction? Put it in the comments. That was crazy. Yeah, we've been catching some things in the sky. Catching some things in the skies, y'all. Can't call those orbs.
Oh,
The And this is called off of Florida, I believe.
It's flying around. There's 2 lines now.
Oh, it's flying around it. It's flying around it.
There's 2 lines now.
It's so many of them.
My heart is beating.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get off here.
My heart coming out my chest right now, bro. Look, my heart coming out my chest right now.
Okay, look like one of them has gone away or backed off, or
I got real alien activity.
because they both were damn near the same size. It looked like one is going back, or maybe that one is moving closer.
That is not a moon, and it is not a sun. It's 10 o'clock at night. I seen it come out of the ocean.
Not the sun or moon, and it's not a balloon.
Fucking ship. I don't know what the fuck these are.
I know they got some big drones, but I don't know if that's a drone,
There's
y'all.
one above it. There's one on each side of it. There's one right there.
Change the
There's
name
one
of
right
everything
there.
so
Y'all can't
often.
see 'em. I don't know if y'all see them blinking.
The original term would be UFO.
Okay, they're going towards that. We seen it come out of the fucking sea. We seen the
That's wild. What's going on in our skies?
So look right here at this crack.
This interested me, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me pause that. To me, this clip interests me quite a bit because, as you may have known, some of you guys know from past videos, we have little clips here and there about like Tartarian Empire and the civilization, and were they real? Have they been wiped off the map? You know, different things. And this video I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught like maybe a minute or two of it. And the fact that they were talking about a particular location really hit home, because that actually is home. Where he's talking about now, I never even thought about looking around the city where I grew up in for looking for certain structures, but I want y'all to hear what he has to say. It made a lot of sense to me, and I think I have a video of this guy talking about railroads in a prior video. I gotta, yeah. Check this out, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. And did y'all notice anything in y'all city?
Runs all the way up.
I heard stories about it. I wasn't around back then.
I'm like, yo, what is going on with this crack? And then bam.
And I've been on this street.
That's when I basically
never really paid
realized
attention.
That crack running all the way up the
Bikes
street
up and down that street.
was the
Never
train
really
track
paid
right
attention.
here. You feel me?
And there's still a few streets that is still all
There's a
cobble,
train track.
brick.
And that train track runs all the way down here. Like that train track.
No, they're not the regular bricks.
That
They're a
train
little
track
bigger
runs
than the regular bricks you see on brick houses.
All the way down this strip. All the way down there. You see that? You see that crack? See that right there? Look at that. That's for a rail line. And another thing, these rail lines aren't set in pebble or nothing like that. Look at that. They are intricately set in brick. Big, huge.
I didn't realize those
okay? Rail lines, look, perfectly set and leveled in the ground, going all the way back.
And this
there.
is a
Look at them
famous
rail lines
city
in the
from
ground. Look at that.
1901, the World
That's a
Fair.
rail line in there.
I did a video about that.
Now, I gotta go figure this out, because basically, once again, they covered this old world up and they just threw. Think about this though. This is gonna be the 1800s, late 1700s
Guys
right
can
here,
hear me.
right? Think about it though. You got intricate brick with rail line laid in, right? And then what? 100 years later, all y'all can do is this bullshit. Look, just look at this. Put asphalt over it. Yeah, we're about to get into this shit, Buffalo.
And bam, look right here too. On the other side of the strip. Look. Boom. So both sides of this strip right here, both sides of this strip got rail lines. So rail lines ran up and down this strip right here. Now it's just asphalt and this crack that runs all the way up the strip on both sides. So after seeing that, I did a little history, and lo and behold, forgotten Buffalo streetcars. So streetcars ran up and down the strips.
I wonder if he's actually from that city.
This right here is Kensington Highway.
Because if he is, maybe I should try to link up and interview him.
We're going to come back to this picture because these pictures are telling us a secret. There's
For
so
sure.
much in these photos. Wait till I break this down. Wait till I break this down. These were everywhere. And as you look at these photos, understand there is something wrong with these photos. Look right there.
But not
Look
that
up where you see
far
all
off
wires
in the
and all that
past.
craziness
It's
that's
not that
going
long
on
ago.
top and all that. Look in the ground. You see in the ground right there? What's in there? Laser
Less than
sight
100
rail
years
lines.
ago,
There it is, Buffalo again.
in some cases.
Look at that right there. That's Broadway. Look at that old world rail car. Back in the day. Look at this beautiful Tartarian
Did
structure
notice
right
some
here.
of them.
Look at this.
Look at the buildings,
Beautiful
man. Look how
Tartarian
those
structure.
buildings
But of
used to
course,
look.
just before the demolition of the circa 1916.
And why would they
moved
tear
to the
that building
quarters.
down?
Why would you demolish that? Look at all these ugly buildings.
Upkeep costs too much,
They ain't
maybe?
demolished none of this. But yeah, this beautiful stone
I don't
structure,
know, y'all.
let's demolish that.
At one point, I'm gonna be honest, I had a
This thing is
question
just
about
cruising around the
Tartaria,
city.
but now
They're cruising
I'm
around the city all over the place, just having a good old time. Look at this, just on a rail line, nothing on up there. Look at this again. Look, cruising around, just cruising.
Where's-
What's just going on down there? What is this running?
my God, that's
See,
crazy.
that's another thing. You guys see this stuff and then don't put two and two together. Like in the 1800s and stuff, we didn't have some intricate electrical power station city to run any of this. Look at that. It's going down there. Where's it getting power from? It's not getting power from nothing. So the power is coming from somewhere. What do these run on? Buffalo rail cars have run on a variety of power sources, including coal,
Steam, electricity.
electricity.
Well, we definitely know it
and
ain't
steam.
burning by no fossil fuel. It's
Didn't
not
look like that was
ran
running
by
on
no
coal,
hydraulic
co-
fuel,
no. Coke is a gray matter
which would be the steam
that comes
portion.
from coal. So that's almost like a coal.
And I
it
didn't see
burns,
no
combustion.
wires
No
above,
coal,
and there's
it's
definitely
combustion.
none in the ground.
Then you got steam. It wasn't running on no steam. That wasn't coming from nowhere. So then it's got to be electricity.
It was
Can't
what, did
be
they have battery
electricity. Y'all
powered
don't
vehicles
have
back
an
then?
intricate electrical system.
Electric cars really aren't new?
This is the Buffalo rail car line. This is how intricate it was in Buffalo. This is the 1800s. How long do you think it would have took with all that brick? I showed you the brick and that the metal rails siped into the ground. Look how they run through the city. Look at how they run through the city. That's wild, crazy right there.
Make you happy.
Look at that intricate
My
pattern.
job is to make you
Look how all these rail lines run through the
think.
city. How many years would it take you to do that?
Don't be so quick to accept
How
everything you
did you
hear.
even accomplish that in the 1800s? Look at that legend
And
right
to
there.
entertain.
Look at
Hopefully
that.
you guys are
This
being
one says
entertained with this too.
1935. That's when they updated this. That's just when they updated it, though.
Only the real ones will be
Take a
still
look
with
at
the
this scene.
video this
What do
long
you see?
to listen to this. So to you
You
guys,
see Tartarian
y'all get a
structures.
thumbs up.
Do you see how beautiful the city
I
looks?
call y'all my day ones.
Look at the beautiful symmetry of it. Look at how wide the street is. Look at it. It has the rail lines laser siped into it, right? What else do you see? Whited out sky. The only reason I'm bringing this up because nothing's adding up. Okay? Peep game. Look at what you see here, right? Buffalo's east side. This is from the 1800s, early 1800s. I made sure to pull this up. They have the rail lines are already laid down in there.
And that was from the east side.
These rail lines done been there since the
1700s, these rail lines was already there. They got all these horses there. Why would you have all these horses shitting all over the place, right? One, if you have rail lines. Because you didn't build the rail lines and you didn't put them there. The Great Horse Manure Crisis of 1894. Y'all couldn't even figure out what to do with horse manure. But you did this? Y'all gotta put this together on a psychological level. The city has horses and carriages everywhere. Shit everywhere. Manure
I don't know,
everywhere.
y'all.
No idea what to do with it. But they
Like
can
I said, for entertainment purposes only, I don't know what's real, what's not. It's up for you guys to do your own research. I know I have.
put it together. 1984.
I got my opinion, but I want to know what yours.
Pounds of horse manure per day.
I read all my comments. Well, I don't really
In New York,
get
wherever
much
there was
of it.
horses, there was shit. What does that say down there? Urban Planning Conference was held in New York in 1898. They're having a conference because it's been 50, 60, a long
Make it
time
make
they've been
sense.
dealing with this horse shit. After 3 days, no one could think of a solution to the growing problem. Couldn't figure out what to do with horse shit. But they knew exactly how to design an intricate rail line. Stop playing with me, man. In 1900, Buffalo boasted 92 wagon and carriage manufacturers. Why are you making horse shit in carriages if you have a technologically advanced rail system going through the
I
city?
mean, y'all make it make sense to me.
They didn't build this. This
No
rail
wires
system's been
above
around
it,
since the
no
early
wires below it.
1700s, since before they got there.
How's it being
was there
powered?
already. What is this even running on? Really? And then let's go a step further.
Now here
The
you see
rail cars
wires
are
over
there
top,
before the car,
and it correlates with
which
the
I gotta
tracks underneath.
understand.
But on the
Because you can
33,
see
there
the
was nothing.
streets are made for the rail
Did it
cars.
have two
They're
separate
not made
types?
for cars. The rail cars were there first. They were
And
there
they said
already.
the streets were made for the
And let's also not forget,
rail
when they
cars,
figured
not
out
for
how
vehicles.
to operate the rail cars that were already there, they were pulling them by horses. Don't tell me you can't manage horse shit, but you can build this intricate rail system. It's Tartarian.
And I remember when I was a little kid, they had a couple of little novelty ones. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you like what you saw, don't forget hit that like, comment, subscribe, share this with your family and friends to help grow the community. And I'll see you next time.